Hello, my dear listener. Welcome back to another episode of Unmute Your English. I'm so happy that you're here today because this episode might change the way you think about learning English. Today, we're talking about something that many English learners struggle with: waiting for the right time. You know what I mean, right? That voice inside your head that says, I'll start speaking English when I feel ready. Or, I'll join that class when I have more free time. Or even, I'll practice speaking when my English is better. My friend, if you've ever said something like that, you're not alone. Millions of learners around the world do the same thing. But today, I want to show you the truth. There is no perfect time to start. The right time is now. Part 1. The Illusion of the Right Time. Let's start with a simple question. Have you ever met someone who said, "I'll start exercising when I'm fit"? Sounds funny, right? How can you get fit before you start exercising? It's the same with English. Many learners say, "I'll start speaking when my English improves." But the truth is, your English improves when you start speaking. So why do we wait? Why do we think there's a perfect moment waiting for us? It's because our mind wants to feel safe. We're afraid of mistakes, afraid of judgment, afraid of sounding silly. So we wait for that magical moment, the moment when we'll suddenly feel confident. But that moment never comes. Confidence doesn't appear first. It grows after you start. You don't become confident and then speak. You speak, and then you become confident. So, if you've been waiting, stop. Stop waiting for perfect grammar. Stop waiting for free time. Stop waiting for motivation. The right time is not a date on the calendar. The right time is when you decide to begin. Part 2. The Fear Behind Waiting. Let's be honest. Most of the time, we don't wait because we're busy. We wait because we're afraid. Maybe you're afraid that people will laugh at your accent. Maybe you think your grammar is too bad. Maybe you're scared you'll forget words in the middle of a sentence. But my friend, mistakes don't mean failure. Mistakes mean progress. They mean you're trying. And trying is how you grow. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times before they can walk confidently. But they never say, "I'll wait for the right time to walk." They just keep trying. Learning English is the same. If you fall, get up. If you forget a word, smile and continue. If someone corrects you, say thank you and keep going. Because every time you speak, you are training your brain, training your tongue, training your confidence. Waiting doesn't train you. only doing does. Part 3. Real stories, real lessons. Let me share a short story. A few years ago, one of my students, Anna, from Poland, joined my online English group. She was shy. For the first few months, she never spoke in the live classes. She always said, "I'm not ready yet. My English is not good enough." One day, I asked her to try just one sentence. She was nervous, but she did it. Her voice was shaking, but she said a simple sentence. "My name is Anna, and I want to learn English to travel." That moment changed everything. She realized she could speak. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. She started speaking more. Short sentences, then longer ones. Today, she speaks fluently and works in a travel company where English is used every day. Do you know what she told me last year? She said, "I wish I had started earlier. I lost so much time waiting for the right time." And that's what I want you to remember. The best time to start speaking English was yesterday. The second best time is today. Part 4. The Science of Progress. Now, let's talk a little about how your brain learns a language. When you speak, listen, and use English, your brain creates new connections, new neural pathways. But if you don't use English, those connections stay weak. It's like building muscles. If you don't use them, they become smaller and weaker. That's why daily practice is more powerful than waiting for big study sessions. 5 minutes of English every day is better than 2 hours once a week. When you use English daily, even small things, your brain starts to accept it as normal. It becomes natural. You stop translating in your head. You start thinking in English. That's how fluency grows. Not from perfection, but from practice. Part 5. Small steps. Every day. So, if the right time is now, what should you do next? Let's make it simple. Here are a few steps to help you start today. Speak for 1 minute every day. Talk about your day, your plans, or your feelings. Record yourself if you can. Don't worry about grammar. Focus on expression. Shadow your favorite speaker. Listen to a short English audio, like this podcast, and repeat after me. Match the rhythm and intonation. This helps your pronunciation and confidence. Use English in real life. Change your phone language. Comment in English on YouTube or social media. Talk to your friends in English, even for a few minutes. Celebrate your progress. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. That's real growth. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start to become perfect. Part 6. The Myth of Motivation. Many learners say, "I want to learn English, but I'm not motivated." But motivation doesn't come first. Action comes first. When you start doing something, your brain feels successful. That small success gives you motivation to continue. That's why the secret is, action creates motivation. If you wait for motivation, you'll wait forever. But if you start small, 1 sentence, 1 minute, your motivation will grow. You'll begin to enjoy it. You'll start to feel proud of yourself, and that feeling will push you forward. So, don't ask, "How can I get motivated?" Ask, "What small action can I take right now?" Part 7. Break the perfection trap. Perfection is a trap. It makes you afraid to make mistakes. It tells you that you're not ready. It tells you that others are better. But perfection doesn't exist. Not even in native speakers. Native speakers make mistakes too. They forget words. They say, and you know. They correct themselves mid-sentence. So why are you trying to be perfect? Be authentic. Be real. Your accent, your style, your story. That's what makes you unique. Don't try to sound like someone else. Sound like you. In English. Remember, people connect with your heart, not your grammar. Part 8. The power of consistency. Let's talk about one more key. Consistency. You don't need to study for hours. You just need to show up every day. Think of English like a plant. If you water it a little every day, it grows strong. But if you water it once a month, it dies. So, make English a part of your daily life. Listen to a podcast while drinking coffee. Talk to yourself while walking. Read a short story before bed. Small actions create big results. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You just need to do something consistently. Part 9. Speak from the heart. Now, I want to tell you something important. Fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking freely. When you speak from your heart, even with simple words, people listen. Don't try to impress. Try to express. When you talk about things you love, your English becomes alive. When you share your dreams, your voice becomes confident. So, speak about your passions. Speak about your goals. Speak about your life. The more personal your English becomes, the more natural it feels. Part 10. Your English Journey. Your English journey is not a race. It's a path, full of lessons, mistakes, victories, and growth. Every word you learn is a step forward. Every sentence you say is a success. Every conversation you try is a celebration. So, Stop judging your progress. Stop waiting for the perfect day. That day will never come. The only perfect moment is this one. The moment you decide to act. Start small. Start now. Because your English dream is waiting for you to begin. Final message. My dear listener, I want you to remember one thing today. Fluency doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who start. Don't wait for the right time. Make the time. Don't wait for perfect English. Use the English you have. Don't wait for confidence. Build it, one sentence at a time. Every time you speak, you grow. Every time you try, you win. And every time you continue, you move closer to the fluent, confident English speaker you were meant to be. So, take a deep breath, smile, and say out loud with me, the right time is now. You can do this. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next episode of Unmute Your English. Thank you for listening. Keep learning, keep growing, and never stop speaking.